McDowell County Schools. It's Miss Rebecca again here. I have over here, I've got Hunter. This is my youngest child. He is a first grader in Miss Jordan's class at West Marion Elementary. Over here, I have got my oldest child. This is Austin Gass. He's a 7th grader at Foothills Community School. We've got Hunter over here clowning for the camera, so I hope you guys are all enjoying that. So yesterday we talked a little bit about routines and how important it is to keep a schedule and keep a routine so that you're not kind of falling into a black hole a little bit of not really getting anything done, not getting dressed, not getting ready for the day. And it can make you feel better when you have a routine. It can help you make you feel calmer. I don't think Hunter realizes that all of you guys can see him out there. So I hope that you guys are keeping a routine, but I hope you're also keeping in mind that sometimes you've got to stay flexible. I've had some changes come up in routine, and it's made me really stressed out. It's kind of freaked me out a little bit. And then I get kind of panicky and I get anxious. So sometimes even I have to remind myself to stay flexible. Sometimes you just have to take a few deep breaths. Have a mindful moment if you have to. Take a minute by yourself, get calmed down, and remind yourself that your routine or your schedule might be a little mixed up, but it's not the end of the world. Everything's going to come together. So just remember that flexibility is key too, because sometimes our routines don't always fall through. So I want you guys to also keep in mind, I want you to be mindful. Take some time to yourself. It's really important. There's a lot of uncertainty out there right now. It can be a scary time. So whatever it is that makes you feel better, whatever it is that helps you calm down, to refocus on you. It's not at all selfish to take a few minutes for yourself. Parents, that goes for you too. Take care of yourself. I have these. We got these off of YouTube. Sorry, not YouTube. Off of Amazon. They're mindfulness cards. I don't know if you guys can see them, but they have little instructions on the back. I know that's hard to see, but that can kind of tell you something that you can do to be mindful. It might be yoga. It might be some breathing. It could be some dancing that Hunter's doing for you guys over here. I still don't think he realizes the whole county can see him dancing right now. He's showing off his dance moves. Austin, what's something that you like to do whenever you feel stressed out? Like, what's something that helps you calm down and kind of recenter?
Well, I like going to my room and listening to music.
Look at the camera and speak up.
Well, I like going to my room, laying down, taking some time to myself, listening to some music.
Yep, I like some music too. And I got really sad today. You guys might notice it's backwards, but I've got my KISS shirt on. I was reading that it may be a long time before we have concerts again. And Ms. Rebecca is a music lover, and I love concerts. And one of the last ones I went to was KISS. We actually took Austin for his 12th birthday last year, so
I want to go!
This shirt makes me feel happier, even though I know that our concert season's been canceled probably. But that's okay. This is flexibility right here, so we've got to be flexible and just kind of... All right, so I also wanted to ask Austin, one of the biggest reasons that he's here is because I wanted to ask him, Ms. Gaffigan at West Marion and I were talking about some transitioning, and Austin is in middle school. He went through the transition, and this year it's going to look a whole lot different. But one thing that is the same is our 5th graders are moving up to 6th grade. So Austin, I wanted you to see if maybe you could give them some advice of things that might help make that transition easier for them. What do you want them to keep in mind as they move up to the middle school?
Well, just think of it as another year. Sure, you'll meet new people and stuff, but you just have to stay flexible and go with it.
Yep. And guys, if Austin's at Foothills Community School, which is up at West also, but guys, if you see him up there and you need some help being shown around, here's your man. Don't be afraid to ask him. Okay, so now our reason for Hunter being here is we talked about cloud dough yesterday, and I told you guys what the ingredients were.
Mama, I'm going to tell you something real quick.
Hold on a minute. We're going to make some cloud dough, and Hunter wanted to make some of his own. So we have a different scented conditioner today. This one's coconut. Smell it. What's it smell like?
Regular conditioner.
It smells like coconut. What does coconut remind you of? What's a happy place that coconut makes you think of?
Well, it reminds me of like the juice.
Of like coconut juice, like coconut milk?
Yeah.
It makes me think of the beach. Because you smell the suntan lotion. It makes me think of the pool.
Yeah.
So that kind of takes me to a happy place.
Can I pour this in?
You sure? Yep. And Austin's gonna get the camera and bring it over so you guys can see the stirring process. So just take a minute. Don't get seasick. Getting a close up there of Austin. So we have Hunter here, who is, I hope you guys can see that. He's kind of stirring up. That's kind of a weird looking mixture there. So, Austin, if you just want to put that back, we're going to drop a few drops of, and we have to be flexible, right, guys? Okay, so Hunter, what's your favorite color?
Orange.
Orange. Hunter, what two colors make orange?
Red and yellow.
Red and yellow. So we're going to drop a little bit of food coloring in there. So he's going to drop a little bit of yellow in there. Give it a good squeeze. And a little bit of red. So we're going to get some nice orange cloud dough today. Because that's Hunter's favorite color. Woo! Oh, that's good. That's good. That might be a little more red than orange. But that's okay. That's all right. Because this stuff is super easy and super cheap to make. So, Hunter, I'm going to give this a few scrapes around the side there.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah, I know. You were doing a great job, too.
Can I do? I want to get back.
All right, now, Hunter's going to get in there with his hands. We've done about as much with the rubber spatula. Guys, I really like to use a rubber spatula with this one because you can scrape it off. So Hunter's getting in there with his hands. Hunter, does it feel too sticky? You like the way that feels? And Austin, will you run and grab the cloud dough from yesterday so that if anybody missed it, they can see kind of what the finished product is? And guys, if it's too sticky and it's too wet, you can add a little bit more of cornstarch to it. So Austin's going to take that out of there. I'm going to grab this cornstarch.
Let me just take a little bit out. The whole time.
Yeah. So we're going to add a little, because it's really sticky. It's sticking to his hands like that. But then you can start mixing up. You can add a little bit more. You can add a little bit more cornstarch, and it'll start getting a little bit drier, a little bit softer, and a little smoother, so that you have the finished product that you see here. So it's kind of like a Play-Doh type mixture. So I hope that you guys make some. I hope that you are also making your sensory kits for at home. The sensory kit that we have here, it's got a stuffed animal in it. We're going to add our cloud dough to it. Put some of the Orbeez. Remember I told you guys could make some Orbeez, put those in some rubber gloves. That's a really good one in there. It feels really good. It kind of helps. It's also a good fidget for helping kids kind of stay focused while they're working or if they're reading. You see them start fidgeting around and kind of losing focus. Orbeez and a rubber glove, they are really good fidgets. Play-Doh is a good thing to have in your sensory kit at home. Something that you can use for a corner. So, like I said, at Glenwood Elementary, Ms. Dragon's Dens, the calming corners that we have there. But that can be a nice thing to have at home. A lot of those kids at various schools, they've gotten used to having that at school. That might be something that kind of helps keep them grounded. You may see with some of the schedule changes and stuff that they might start getting a little anxious. And with that comes some irritability and maybe some behavior issues at home. So parents, kids, get on your parents. Guys, get you a sensory kit for home. Hunter's having a good time in this cloud dough right here. I know. We got it a little bit too sticky. We need a little bit more cornstarch. Yeah. Austin's going to add some cornstarch for us.
How much?
Well, there's actually some. Not all of it came out of there. So I think that's kind of where we are. Go ahead and pour it all in there. That's okay. Hunter is my cookie helper. That's also something else that you guys can do. There is not a thing wrong with you guys getting your kids in the kitchen, doing some life skills too. Remember, if you've got them making cookies or cake or any kind of cooking in the kitchen, they're learning fractions, they're learning some adding, some subtracting. A lot of math goes into it. They're spending some time with you, and it's probably getting their minds off of some of the more scary things that are going on in the world. Hunter, do you want to talk a little bit about last night whenever you were feeling anxious? One of the things that helped you?
Well,
What did we talk about? What was some of the things that made you feel better?
you said that like things that you love to people and like if there's like scary things like talk about and just say like it's not real and that's all.
Yeah, that you said that perfect, Hunter. He got a little anxious last night. We've been having some changes, and I think some of those a little hard for him to get to sleep at night. So we sat down and we had a talk, and some of the things he was scared of, they weren't real. And so we talked, we reminded him about the things that were real, and he remembered the things that he knew were true. And we talked about that, and he was able to really calm down. And he's got a bear in his room that he likes to snuggle, and so he squeezed his bear, and we just talked. And sometimes that's what you need. So guys, if you're ever out there and you're feeling anxious or you're feeling panicked, does that feel better, Hunter? If you're feeling anxious and you're feeling kind of panicky or like, you know, you're having some harder times, don't be afraid to reach out to your friends, reach out to your parents. If you need FaceTime on your phone or Duo, or you need to write a letter, Miss Gaffigan's been sending letters out to people, and she's been putting self-addressed stamped envelopes in those. Guys, write a letter. We love to hear from you. If you want my address, I'd be happy to give it to you. You can write me a letter. So just remember, keep in mind the things that are real, and don't worry about the things that your brain might imagine. And that will help with that anxiousness. Take a mindful moment.
From that
Go ahead.
and from that like anxious thing, it helps you sleep.
It does help sleep. He's been having a little bit of hard time getting to sleep at night because he's been a little scared. We've had some changes going on, and he's missing his mamaw, who he's not been getting to see because we've been social distancing. So, you know, we just had a talk last night, and we just kind of remembered all of the things that are important, all of the things that are true and real. And sometimes whenever we have those fears, your brain just kind of makes stuff up sometimes. Austin, you got any words for things that make you feel better whenever you feel anxious? Not really, no. You don't go in your room and pet Kitsy or pet Ruby. Guys, you can play with your pets. Those are another good thing.
I want to learn.
Oh, we finally got the cloud dough to the right consistency. Hunter was making our cloud dough like he makes cookies. We add just a little bit of the dry ingredients, a little bit at a time, and he just added a little bit of our cornstarch. So, cornstarch, conditioner. Guys, it's kind of got the oobleck thing going on. Austin, you feel that? The more you push it, the harder it gets, but if you let it go, it kind of starts to spread out a little bit again. As oobleck. So, and you guys can put it in a bag, keep it for later. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling like you need to squish on something, go ahead and squish it. Yep, Austin's showing it there for you guys. All right, so if there's anything that we can do for you, please reach out. We're here. We will do whatever we can to make you feel better. If there's anything that you need, we'll make sure that you guys get it if we can. And don't forget that we all love you, that we miss you dearly, and we can't wait for all of this to be over so we can all be back together again. And Hunter's washing his hands, so he says bye and that he misses all of his friends. If you're in Miss Jordan's class watching, Austin, you want to tell everybody bye?
Bye.